Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ecamm Network News and Entertainment, where you stay up to date on what's happening in the world of Ecamm Live, live streaming, and video production. My name is Anahil.
And I'm Fuljens Henry. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, June 26, 2023.
That is right. And for you today, we are talking about what's coming up next in the YouTube channel, Ecamm Live this week. Instagram updates, LinkedIn updates, and YouTube updates.
Yes, and also joining us this evening is our special guest. She is the queen of automation, Sally Sparks.
That is right. We also have a segment for...
We also have a segment, the community question of the week. And you also have trivia for your chance to win a $25 Ecamm merch gift card.
That is right. How is everybody doing in the comments? We have our incredible Paul Duncan, the moderator. So as our guest is going to deliver some incredible content for us, if you have any questions, whether it is before she comes on or after, make sure that you use a Q and a column so that we can find your questions. Okay, so we have some new peeps in the comments today.
Tuning in from North Carolina is Joanne. Hello, Joanne.
Hello,
Good
Joanne.
To see you
Welcome.
Here. Dan Roth is here.
Hello, Dan.
Good
Dan, double
you.
Dan. James, hello.
Hello, James. Good to see you here. Jeff Boltech. Hello. Aubrey.
John. Hola.
Hello.
John.
And we have a lot of new people coming in today.
I wonder if that's for Sally.
Hello, Mai. Good to see you here. Rob Husted, doing great. Awesome.
Awesome. That is so great. So everyone, we're going to start right on with the community question of the week. And this is so relevant right now because some of us are investing in a Mac Studio. And Fuljens, go ahead and let's show it.
We're not necessarily Mac Studio, like just new Mac.
Yeah, but a lot of people are
Mac desktops, Mac Minis and whatnot, right?
His question was about the Mac Studio.
Mac Mini, actually.
Mac Mini.
This comes from Steve Cullum. You could go ahead and read some of that.
Yes. So Steve says, hello, fellow streamers, podcaster. I have got an M2 Pro Mac Mini that I really enjoy. The issue that I'm having is with I/O. It has 4 USB-C Thunderbolt ports and 2 USB-A ports. Most of the times, though, I am using them all.
Right. And he says he goes through what he's using, and the thing also too, he also has an Anchor USB-A hub, which gets errors and whatnot. Is there a USB-C Thunderbolt? That would be better. And absolutely. And the Ecamm community, of course, in the Facebook group came out, and I believe it was kind of unanimous recommendation, and that's what we would also recommend as well. We use the CalDigit.
Yes.
Right. So you have the TS3 and the TS4, which are both Thunderbolt. And they have multiple USB-A, USB-C, a few Thunderbolt ports as well, Ethernet connection, everything.
It's everything you need. It has it right there. So that was a great question, Steve. And there it is for all of you if you're wondering, because, we use a lot of ports.
It's very, very reliable, the CalDigit TS3 or TS4.
That is right. Okay, so we have some, James Hicks. When you dress as fresh as Fuljens, you gotta go out with a Mac Studio.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. So let's.
Richard is here. What's going on, Richard? Good to see you.
Richard
and Shay is here.
Hello, Shay. Okay, it's so awesome to see you all here. We have an incredible show. We have the queen of automation, and she's going to just make sure that we are all automated.
Yes.
Make sure. So let's go into what is going on in the world of Ecamm and what you can expect this week.
Let's go. First up, tomorrow, the Flow returns. And this is going to be pro tips for promoting your podcast. That's Doc and Katie, the Flow with Ecamm. And then on Wednesday, It's the next version of Ecamm Live Masterclass, collaborative video editing with scenery. Doc is joined by Lisa Craft. That's the Ecamm Live Masterclass.
The music is just going right with it.
Yes. Drama. And it's episode 2 with our guy, JP High Tech. Demo Mode Pros. JP is going to go through the process of Amazon Live with Ecamm Live Demo. And then Thursday, they're back.
Hey.
It's Paul and Katie with Office Hours, followed by Marshall Creates Season 2, Episode 17. Marshall Creates using widgets with Ecamm. Let's see what Marshall got.
Right, one of the best features.
Yes. Love it.
Live.
Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then it's a double header because on Friday morning, we're back with Sally. And Sally is going to be on BuildingBlocks. So it's going to be more hands-on how to create successful automations. And Doc Rock is back with another episode of Ecamm Live Demo. Everything is happening right here on the Ecamm Live YouTube channel. Just head on over, hit the live menu, and all your shows are there. That's the show guide for the week.
That's right. And as Paul is saying, it's a bookend week.
Yes.
Right? It's like everything is covered. Everything is completely covered. And another thing, I don't know if you all were on the socials this over last week. I'm pretty sure you didn't miss this. Oh, okay. So this was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not to watch, but to read.
Yes.
What is going on with Elon Musk and Zuckerberg?
First of all, you know, it's combat sports entertainment, right? So a lot of just emphasis on the entertainment part. So I don't know. It's apparently it started when Meta announced that they're going to have a Twitter rival.
Makes sense.
But you know, it's all fun. And then Dana White, you know, is getting into the promotional hype because it's what he does. You know, that's his business to like hype up a fight. You know, but who do you guys think will win? Because did you know that Mark Zuckerberg is trained in jiu-jitsu?
I mean,
and even before I knew that, I'm just like, who would win in a fight between Elon and Mark? And I don't know, like, just don't take Mark Zuckerberg for granted. He seems like somebody that will just go crazy on you.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I thought about is like, it's a testing the intelligence, like so that was tough because Mark is 39 years old. I don't know how old Elon is, but Mark has done so much. Right? I mean, like, so I'm like, intelligence-wise, maybe, I don't know. But then you're saying that physically, he's also good.
He's jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Who do you guys think will win on this match? But then also, what is this all about? Because maybe they're trying to hide some stuff on the Meta side. Because I hear some news that Meta will not be able to have news in the news feed in Canada, starting in Canada because some law or something like that. So I mean, who knows, right? They might be trying to hide something.
So
but
let's see here. Paul says Mark.
On what merits?
Elon would run crying.
Okay.
James Hatcher says Mark won a competition recently in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, don't take Mark Zuckerberg for granted. And Dan is asking, when do we become BuzzFeed? And Roy says that better BuzzFeed than TMZ. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, just read in the comments. Okay. Yes. Okay. I mean, it's what's happening, right? Because we're like in the world of social media, and these two, I mean, Twitter and Meta, hello, right? They're like it in the social media world.
Mark does martial arts in the metaverse. Listen, he probably does.
Those are controls. But more exciting news, speaking of Meta, everyone, Instagram has finally allowed us to download public reels.
About time.
This is pretty good news for right?
After its competitor had it for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't know,
Quite
but I
some
mean,
time.
at least it's there now, right?
Yeah.
At least it's there now. There are some
Yeah.
things that you're saying maybe okay, like aesthetically wise.
I mean, yeah, because when you download a TikTok video, TikTok adds the TikTok logo closer at the end of it.
And you like
if you,
that.
No, I'm just used to it. But like,
Got it.
because when your brain is trained to see something like that, so now I'm downloading an Instagram video. I'm like, is Instagram gonna pop up with Instagram? Like, woo, but that doesn't happen. It's just like TikTok with the username of the creator, it will just float around the video. The Instagram one is actually less intrusive, and it'll float around the video, and then that's it. The video ends. There's nothing else after that. But it's about time.
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's great. It's great to be a creator. I keep saying it's great to be a creator. And speaking of that, YouTube is now releasing to the top creators. They're top creators. They're saying a couple of hundred creators. They are releasing the A/B testing thumbnail testing, and how they will find out which thumbnail is doing best is by the watch time. Here is a short video on that.
What's up, Insiders? I'm Lauren, a program manager here at YouTube and the producer of Creator Insider. If you're at VidCon, you've probably just heard the news, but we're excited to announce that we've been doing early testing of a new feature called Test and Compare, otherwise known as A/B thumbnail testing, with a few hundred creators over the past few months. So how does the feature work? The Thumbnail Test and Compare tool will help you compare the performance of up to 3 thumbnails and select a winning thumbnail. We're planning to roll out a beta version to a few thousand creators in the coming months. The team is working to make the tool available more broadly starting next year, but we wanted to share that testing is officially underway because we know this is a top requested feature and it will help you make more data-driven decisions about your thumbnail strategy. We know you've been anxiously waiting for this capability, so thank you to our community for your patience and feedback along the way. If you'd like to help us test features like this in the future, you can sign up to be considered on our creator research page. We'll leave a link in the description. Let us know what you think and stay tuned for more updates later this year.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's
pretty good.
I mean, hopefully the top creators who are getting this to test it first, test it real quick so it can be released to us.
Yeah, and that'll be great because it's the more native features, the better, instead of relying on external platforms to do the A/B testing.
Yeah, I am liking all the native features that the platforms are now including. Especially, just like you mentioned, you have to stay in the platform, but not only that, but also there are other subscriptions that we are now paying for that with these native updates, we can drop those subscriptions. So that is pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So who is excited about this?
Roy agrees. Jeff Boltek also says, such a great update. Definitely worth the wait. For sure. Yes.
For sure. That's gonna be because it's right there. I mean, the watch time, everything, all the insights, everything is native to the platform.
That's great.
So
That's a great feature, especially if they roll it out to everybody, right from the jump, and there's no criteria or benchmark in terms of like a number of subscribers in order to have that, right? Just give it to everybody.
Well, hopefully it will be like that, right? Hopefully it will be like that. Hopefully
Exactly.
for everyone.
Right, for everybody.
Yeah. But speaking of YouTube also released a really an incredible incredible publication about creators, trends, and trends for 2023. We will have the link in the comments for you, and I would suggest if you are really, if you are serious about content creation and catering to these new trends to your audience, read that. It's really fun. The graphics are really are colorful, so it's very aesthetically pleasing and nicely organized. Here's one of the pages that I really enjoyed. Right, so new levels of fandom have emerged. And they're talking about casual fans, we're talking about active fans, and how we need to cater it differently depending on the type of fan that comes in. So this is great. And over there, they're saying that 47% of Gen Z, 18 to 24, like when their creator puts out different contents and different platforms and media. So for example, stories and reels or long form, short form, things like that. So that is pretty cool. Also, they have page 8. And the page 8, they're talking about the same thing, how the content, and we're here again, 67% of Gen Zers. But it applies to everyone. It applies to, because we do, like, for example, for me doing research, and you feel free to write it in the comments if you're the same way, but I do consume different type of media depending on what it is that I'm looking for. So I might just watch a story, or I might just watch a couple of reels, or I might go to the YouTube channel.
Right.
Because it is all different information in a shorter amount of time.
Absolutely.
And then if we want to learn more, then we can watch long term.
I agree.
Long form. So that is pretty good. It's a great report. So there it is in the comment for you. Go ahead and read it. It's really nice and kind of short to read.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay. Almost there, everyone. Almost there, because we have LinkedIn now. So what LinkedIn is doing is that LinkedIn now is rolling out, trying to help us, right? Write more, produce more content, more quality content. So now LinkedIn has an AI that will help you. If you have an idea, it will help you generate
Your LinkedIn post,
Yeah,
right?
your LinkedIn post. It will help you out with it. So here it is. It's just rolling it out. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you update your app.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll test it out. But for me, I kind of prefer creating the content outside of LinkedIn and just bringing it in. But it makes sense to have it already there in LinkedIn platform. But I'm worried about hitting the post button by accident.
That's true. That is true. That is true, because you could potentially do that. But then that could happen anytime if you're writing a post on LinkedIn.
Right.
Just writing it.
Because normally I create my draft and my notes, and then once I'm done, I'll just copy paste post.
Yeah.
Right?
What about you? Do you do it that way also? Do you just write it on the app itself and then post, or do you write it like Fuljens and I do that too?
Copy paste post.
Yeah. Right, and then you like Grammarly or ChatGPT or whatever it is. I run it through Grammarly, and then off we go. But yeah, those are great. Those are great updates that we have. Yes, Dan hasn't used it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Dan is our LinkedIn tester right here. But yes, everyone, those are the top updates for this week, and use them. Go ahead. I really suggest you to check out that YouTube. We all use YouTube, right? We all create content for YouTube, and that report is pretty detailed.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and for Instagram, if you go and hit the share button and try to look for the download feature, you won't see it if the account is set to private or it doesn't allow that feature. I came across that a lot when searching for videos to download, more so than than TikTok, because the content is just more. At least for me, I'm curating a lot more downloadable content on TikTok than on Instagram. So that's one thing I've noticed so far.
That they create more private content on Instagram?
Or I'm coming across a lot of accounts where I cannot download their videos.
Because they're private.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. So now to the moment you've been waiting for is our incredible guest. You will see her as soon as she comes in. She is a spark, right?
Yes.
She's a sparkle. And Sally holds a bachelor's in communication design plus film and TV.
Sally helps online coaches, consultants, and course creators create automated funnels for challenges or mini training to attract leads.
And she is here to tell us how she has used automation to create an incredible business and attract high-ticketed customers. Without further ado, here is Sally!
Let's go!
Hey, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous people.
Oh my gosh, I love all of your sparkles. I love everything. Everything. It's just great. Welcome to Ecamm Network News, Sally.
Thank you.
I
am so excited to be here. It's been a long time coming.
It has been.
I'm really well.
Yeah.
No, it's so good to be here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, Sally. So everyone say hello to Sally. She's here to just I'm telling you, I see everything that you are doing, and you are actively on LinkedIn, you are on Instagram, you are on Facebook. And one of the things that I admire about the work that you do is that everything is consistent. Everything that you do is consistent. The graphics are consistent, the colors, the voice, your brand's voice. It's just I want to see your stuff. Whenever I see things from you, I'm just there because everything is just works. So congratulations to you. I know that must have taken a lot of work, and no wonder you're so successful in doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's just fun, right? Like business should be fun. And if I can make it colorful and sparkle at the same time, why not?
Right? Exactly. Look at you. Look at that. So Sally, we did give a great introduction of you, but if you would like to expand on that, go ahead and do that and tell us what else does Sally Sparks do?
Oh, well, I love Ecamm and live streaming, which, I can't remember what year it was. It might have been 2017. I went live for 365 days straight because I was just curious to see what live streaming would do for my business. And we went from 2,000 to 70,000 followers just over on Facebook. Back then it was just Facebook. I wasn't on all the places. And like live streaming is amazing. And then last year was my year of Ecamm. So every year I go all in on a piece of software that I want to learn really well, and I just focus on one piece, and that was Ecamm last year. So my videos went from this, right, like plain or just the camera on the computer to like really sparkly now with all of the graphics and everything. And then learning how to use Canva with Ecamm. I had some really fun times with you guys when I was starting to learn with the Christmas thing that you do.
Yeah, Vlogmas.
Vlogmas, yeah. I'm like, I'll get these guys' attention. I'll cut their heads out and I'll make them jump around on the screen. So
that was awesome. So yeah, and I did check out some of your videos from 2017, which you have on your website. And this is where I'm talking about how everything is consistent. Since 2017, you have your same branding. You have your thing. The only thing that has changed is, like you're saying, your video quality and your broadcast quality and all of that. And that is a great thing because you are elevating, right? You're elevating your brand, but you still, as a brand, you're still you, which is so great.
It's consistency, right? Like I think when you just stop changing stuff, guys, people just change stuff for the sake of change. And then like if you notice, like my headshot on all my socials has been the same for years because people visually recognize the one thing when it shows up all the time versus, constantly changing your profile photo and all the things. So just trying to stay consistent rather than starting something new all the time, which people just love to do, is constantly iterate, make things better, right? Work on what can be made better and what needs improvement before you start making things new. Once all the better's fixed, then make something new. And I think that's really a huge focus that we've had is try not, even though those shiny things are so amazing to go and create, try to stick to just a couple of things and get really bloody awesome at them. So yeah. I think
and that exactly that's exactly right. So Sally, let's talk about we gotta get you back on screen. Here we go. Here, Sally. Hey, let's talk about how, because I know you mentioned you learned about Ecamm in December, but how did you actually find Ecamm?
Oh, through watching Loria. So I was watching live streaming pros, been with them for years. And through watching her, I was introduced to Ecamm, and then I heard it was Mac fun, right? So who doesn't love a Mac? Mac-tard here through and through. So yeah, that's how I found Ecamm, I was watching her live streams and she was teaching through the Ecamm network as well at the time. So I just kind of fell into it that way. And then came across you guys. You guys taught me how to, make triangles and squares, right? They're super important. All the triangles and squares. So I loved it. And then Doc Rock with all of the techie stuff in the background. And just fell in love with all the graphic design stuff, right? As a communication designer.
Yes, it's so much fun. So Sally, let's talk about automation, right? You have done, and this is what you do. We have been on your show, and we have been the recipients of how your automation works. So that was impressive. That was really good.
Thank you.
So for us content creators who are typically, some of us are just one, right? And we have to make the most of our time creating content and doing all of that. What would be the first step that you will say you need to take, for example, us as creators, we need to take to initiate the automation process?
Yeah, definitely email, right? Like getting that email list growing and automating. So I mean, guys, you got me on for the best topic because like I could talk about this all day.
Let's go.
I love automation. Like there are lots of things in life that either take time or money from you, right? And automation actually gives you back time. And I have a rule when I build out automation is to always build a fast track. Right? So number one, always build a fast track with your automation. So when somebody opts in, always ask yourself, and then what? And then what? All the way through to the yes and beyond, right? Like onboarding and all the things. So always build a fast track because 2% of your audience at any given time is ready to say yes. So you have to have a path available for them to get to you. Second rule, always build a slow track. So if they opt in and get to the thank you page and then don't take the action on the thank you page, then what? Right? So we then need to think, where are we going to send those beautiful people? Because those email addresses, they're not just numbers, letters, and a little squiggly thing in the middle, right? That's a human on the other end that's raised their hand and said, I think I might need your help. So it's our responsibility to keep showing up. So always build a slow track is the second rule. And third rule, no dead ends. Every single email on your list needs to be moving through some kind of automated sequence, whether it's, an onboarding sequence, a long-term nurture sequence. If they've opted in for something, they need to be going through, I like to call it the give and ask sequence. So it really depends on, what process they're in. But to start it super, super simple, just begin with growing your email list because you cannot build your business on other people's land. Facebook likes, Instagram follows, YouTube subscribers, they're all awesome. But what if they went away one day? Now, we don't want them to go away, but who remembers MySpace? Like, am I showing that? Right? There were people who literally grew their entire business on MySpace and it went away. They didn't grow an email list. But if, like, for example, remember the day when Facebook went down? Oh my God, like my throat was cut. But I was running a live launch at the time. So luckily I had all my emails and I was able to reach out and let everybody know Facebook's gone down. Hey, come and meet me over here. So having that email list, it's actually a real asset in your business, whereas likes and follows, that's other people's land. It's not ours. So that's what I would say. But yeah, automation will fast path, slow path, and no dead ends. But it's a process. You can't build it all at once.
Yeah.
Right? So just focus on one every other month or so. And then over the years, because we're in it for the long game, right? We're not here for like 90 days. We're here for a long time. So know that you're not going anywhere and just slowly start plugging in more automations as you need them. And I love the number 3. So I've got a rule of 3. If I do something 3 times, I stop and I ask myself, can that be automated? Is it worth my time automating? So something that might take me 5 or 10 minutes to do manually, if I can automate that process and maybe it takes me an hour or 2 to set up, but I never have to do it again, right? Then automate it. But I know so many people out there think automation and they think, oh, it's impersonal or it's salesy or whatever. Think about your automation as like nurturing your beautiful people, but that doesn't take away the human component of your business. So we do a lot more automation in the top end of the funnel, so the marketing department. Because then when they move through to the sales department, when they're thinking about buying from us, then we can spend more human to human, like H to H marketing, not B2B, B to C, H to H, right? We spend more time with the people who are closer to the yes. And then once they buy, they get so much time with us, right? So having the top end automated, make sure that you never go through as many peaks and troughs. I mean, there are going to be hard times in business. It's just the way it is. But if we can automate as much as the nurture on the front end as possible, we can spend more time where we're needed with those people that are closer to the decision or have made the decision.
Right. And that makes sense. But sometimes, like you're saying, automation, it does take time because we have to get organized. We have to know what we're going to be automating. We have to actually ourselves, right, work through the process of what it is that we want to automate.
Yeah.
Right. So
for
and it's a good thing that a good point that you made, it was, just take it slow, right? Don't think that you have to do it all at once, because automation is pretty big, right? There's a lot of different things that you can automate, but what are those first things that are going to give you time back that you can automate?
Yeah.
So what was that for you?
Yeah, for me, it was setting up my lead generation funnel. That would have been my very first, well, definitely the first thing, because you've got to ask yourself, what's going to bring you money? And at the end of the day, we are running businesses and we need to create that lead gen funnel. And then once they opt in, then what? Right? So I can draw you a picture if you like. I've got my little whiteboard here. Let's actually draw some pictures. All right.
Pictures.
So I've even got orange for Ecamm. Okay, so here we go. So you create a little opt-in page, right? Now, everyone knows the purpose of this opt-in page is to collect an email address, okay? So on here, we're going to give them a little free gift in return for their email address. So they're not going to pay us. They're going to pay us with an email address. Now, this is what we call an opt-in landing page, or just a landing page, but literally at the end of the day, it's somewhere that you can advertise your free stuff. Then we send them to another landing page once they give us their email address, and this is your thank you landing page. Now, I usually recommend on this landing page that we put a little video, and we all love videos around here, right? To thank them for opting in. Now, this is the most underutilized page in most people's funnels. When I go through and I funnel hack, I'm like, oh no, they've put nothing on the thank you page other than thank you, here's your free thing. But what? Then what? Where are we going to send them, right? So what we like to do is give them a couple of options. So on this page, you want to make them an offer to either give up a little bit of their time, that's meant to be a clock, or you're giving up a little bit of their money, okay? So if they give up their time, it's in usually like a triage call or a sales call, or a conversation with somebody. So they're booking a call with you, or give up a little bit of their money. So like a tripwire for like $1, $27, $30, $47. If these people do not know you, okay? This is a cold traffic funnel. All right. So this is what we do on the thank you page, because if they're ready to book an appointment or to make a purchase, we need to have that option available. Now, here's a little sneaky one for you that we like to do is we put a little button on the page and we create a little pop-up here to collect. Now, back here on this page, we've collected their email address, right? What we want to do is every step through the funnel, we want to collect a little bit more information. So if you are asking them to give up a little bit of their time to book an appointment, get their phone number at this step, right? And then you can send them to a calendar booking page, which we can automate. So we don't have to, email tag backwards and forwards, try to get them to book an appointment. Now, the reason for this, they call it a squeeze, technical term, squeezing something else out of them, is because what if they get to this page, they hit it, their little eyeballs check it out, right? And there's no appropriate time on the calendar for them. And we don't know who's looked at the calendar, but by collecting this, we can say to them, I saw you looked at this calendar, but you didn't book. Was there not a suitable time? And we can automate that follow-up. Right? So this is the most basic funnel that we get people to build when we first start working with them if they've got nothing else. And then all you have to do is change this out, right? And maybe slightly change this little video each time, but everything else remains the same. So we really like to build it once, right? And then just make it better, right? Not just build something new all the time. So that is the front end, the fast path, right? They go, yes, right? Yes, I want the freebie. Oh, yay, you're offering me an appointment. I'm going to give you my number. Yes, I'm going to book an appointment. That's your fast path. But now what? What if they get to this page and they do not take any action? This is where we now start to think about the slow path. So I'm going to share with you my give, ask, right? So it's our give and ask email sequence. So the very first email that you'll send, once they opt in and give you their email address, we're going to send them an email that has the gift in it, right? So we're going to deliver that amazing value to them, educate them on what it is that they wanted. And if they haven't taken any other action, the next email we're going to send the following day is we're going to give them more value. So we've got the give, right, email, the gift, and then we have the value email. So the value email is what would be the next thing you would teach them after the first freebie that they get. So you've taught them something in the free gift. What's the next thing that you would teach them? Then the next email is what we call the bridge email. So we're still giving in this email, but we're also hinting the bridge towards the next thing, right? Whether it's giving up a little bit of time or money. And you tell them, I'm going to share more information with you about that in tomorrow's email. Then the next one is the ask email. So now we're actually going to ask. And what do? We send them to here, right? Oh, sorry, not that one. Let's undo that. We send them to here. Right, so they didn't book the appointment, but now we're actually asking them. Would you, now I've given you value, I've given you more value, I've given you 3 amazing pieces of content, you've got to get your ask into gear, okay? You've got to ask. So you've got to say, hey, you've loved all of this stuff, you want to take it to the next step, why don't you book an appointment with me? And then the following email, this one is time sensitive, okay? So for example, you may have limited appointments in your calendar. So it's another name or term is scarcity, right? This is your last opportunity to book an appointment in the calendar. Would you like to? So that is the automation that comes off of this thank you page if they do not go through this. Okay? So they've only gotten to the first one. Do you want me to go deeper?
I mean, go ahead. I mean, I'm already like, okay.
Are you liking this or is this like overwhelming?
No, this is intriguing.
Okay, let's ask the audience. What do you think about this so far? Would you like to go deeper? Let us know in the comments. But
and while they type yes, Sally, go ahead.
yeah, but no.
All right, I'm guessing you want me to go deeper.
But, like Sally, for this right now, the all of this is automated because you have already set it up, correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Correct. Yeah. So
could
you automate that drawing?
Right.
Totally. I'm doing it right now, and then I'll just set it on restream or repeat, right? Now it's automated and it drops every week. Done.
Oh, shoot, because it's repurposing, right? There we go. So we're going to go ahead. Taking notes, Tony. Janice is saying go for it. Okay, Sally, go.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't want to overwhelm you either because, most of the time you want me to teach you what you should know, right? Not what I know. Like, you don't need to know everything. So I'm just making sure I'm not overwhelming you all.
We're going to have yeses.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So let's take it a little further. And now they've gone past this and they've actually given us this phone number and they've gotten to the page. Now, fast path is they would book. Right? But what if they don't? Right? What if they don't book? Next is what I call the 9-step follow-up. It is actually, now they're closer to the yes or they're closer to speaking to a human, So this stage now is 9 automations and 3 manual. Okay, so I call it the 9-step follow-up because it's 9 automations, but the human component comes in as well. So let me scroll on down, and what we do now that they've given us their phone number but didn't book, we build another sequence. So within 30 minutes of them booking the appointment, we are going to automate a text message to them that says, oh, I saw you looked at the calendar, but you didn't book. Was there not a suitable time? Right? And at the same time, we're going to send an email, right? Which says, oh, hi, I saw you looked at the calendar, but you didn't book. So we're getting them in both places. Okay, so once that's done, that's 2. Then we send another email, and then we send another text message. Then we send another email, and a text message. So as you can see, he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hang on, and another email. There we go. That's right. So this is, oh, that's hidden under my head. So anyway, it's under there. It's under there. All right. So these emails are literally just saying different versions of, I saw you book the calendar, you didn't book. Sally's just opened up some more appointments in her calendar. Would you like one? So this is all automated, okay? But these people are closer. They've gotten further through and they've given us their phone number. So what we then need to do, and I know everyone's going, oh no, I've got to talk to people. Yes, you do. You run a business, right? You got to talk to people. You pick up the phone. We have a rule. Within 24 hours, we are going to call them, okay? So one of our team members will ring them and say, hey, I saw you downloaded this thing. Check, just touching base to see if you have been able to access it. But also we saw you looked at the calendar and you didn't book, right? Was there not a suitable time, right? So we ring them. Simple. We ring them. Now, 80% of the time, it's just going to go to voicemail, okay? So then in 3 days, we call them again. So, right, in 3 days, we call them again. And then in a week, we call them again. Right? We just give them 3 touches. Just them hearing your voice on the phone, like you make it personal, right? You use their name. And by them hearing you, they may not be ready now, but imagine the impression that you leave on somebody, because who calls people these days?
Right. Yeah.
Right? Not many people.
Yeah.
Right? And if they do, they're probably, in the Philippines doing outbound calls for some massive conglomerate, right, that speak very bad English. But the calls that we do are more personal, and you've got to do them fast, because in a week's time, if you don't do this first 24-hour one, they will have forgotten that they'd opted in. They've probably opted into other things over on the socials, right? So just touching base there, in 3 months' time when you show up on their feed, they'll be like, oh, I remember that person left a message, right? When I did my life coaching certification, the company I ended up going with was the company that kept calling me every few months because I didn't forget them. And then I'm like, okay, I really like their follow-up system. And
so
for
Sally,
anybody who, I told you I could talk about this all day.
right? So we have a couple of questions in the audience, and also I have a question about the automations and the 9-step process. So, of course, someone is interested. Those steps will eliminate, if you want to, for lack of a better word, those who are not serious about continuing from those who are. Yeah. Right? That was eliminated.
Correct.
So that's great. Yeah. So what is the rate of, for example, unsubscribers from all of that follow-up, in your opinion, from you doing it for so long?
I say thank you for unsubscribing if you unsubscribe, because you are demonstrating to me that you're not interested. If you're consistent about it, people will opt in and they'll opt out. I don't even look at my unsubscribe list, to be totally honest with you, because at the end of the day, they're adults, and I would actually prefer them to unsubscribe than send me really long written emails about my emails. And I'm like, you're an adult, darling. There's an unsubscribe button at the bottom, and I'm not actually going to read it. You've just spent 3 hours writing me an email that I literally just click delete. But I will manually go in and unsubscribe them so I don't annoy them. So don't worry about your unsubscribes. Worry about the people that you're serving. Right. And if you do not turn up, they may forget you. You want to stay front of mind and tip of tongue. And it's our job to turn up. They're busy living their lives. They know they've got a problem that's tinkering around in their brain. That's why they opted in the first place. But they're also busy with soccer practice and all the things. If we don't show up, we are not doing our job. We are not serving our people. So, yeah, I don't ever worry about the unsubscribes because because I'm consistent on my emails, if you don't hit your list for 6 months and then all of a sudden you hit them, you're going to get a massive amount of unsubscribes. Right,
that's true.
Who the hell's this person?
Right.
But if you're consistently turning up, it's just gonna be that thing that happens all the time, right? And honestly, I don't look. A few years ago, I went in and had a look at the notes that people leave when they unsubscribe, and I'm like, this makes me depressed. They're saying horrible things. I'm like, why am I reading this? I'm like, I don't need to be in here reading this. So I choose not to look.
Yeah, I mean, and it's true. It's like, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to see negative comments. They're just like deleted. They're not going to help any. If they're constructive, they will be nice. You know, they will give constructive criticism. That's great to take. That's how we grow. But being mean, I get it. I understand.
So talk about.
No, go ahead.
Go questions.
Yes,
no, go
questions.
Go for it.
I have a question. All right.
We have a few good questions here. Dan asked the first question: as an automation expert, what do you find to be the difference or line between automation and AI?
Oh, okay. So the difference and the line between automation and AI. So automation is a human going in and triggering certain things to happen. Okay, so we have to actually come up with the plan. The AI isn't going to come up with the plan. You can help it to start, say, writing your emails or give you ideas on how to do sales calls or how to do your follow-up, but you're still going to need a human to get in there and set up the automation. Think about the journey that the customer takes, right? Where are they sitting? Are they on the thank you page? Have they looked at the calendar? Have they attended different trainings? Have they opted in? So AI is great for giving you ideas, but automation, it does need to be built by a human at this stage anyway. And with automation, it's not just emails. So we just spoke about emails now. But automation is so much more than that. Lots of people think it's just sending emails, but it's marketing. It's also sales. It's also administration, task lists, right? So in the morning, my team logs in and they can see how many people they have to contact, how many people they need to follow up with, how many clients they need to reach out to, how long since a client has interacted. Now, remember, I've been doing this for years, so I got lots of automation set up. But, you know, at the beginning, it was just that simple one email. That huge, the best, like not many original things in my brain, but one of the best shower thoughts I ever had. We've turned it on in clients' automation sequences, and they've had to turn off their funnel because they can't keep up with the amount of bookings that they get from it. So, but yeah, it's so many other things.
All right, next question we have.
Correctly.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yes.
So especially for the 9-step automation, Roy is asking, what is the platform doing all of this? If there is one platform that's doing all of those steps.
Okay, so I've got so many rules, but one of the biggest things that we speak about inside of the Sparkle Class Academy is build it once and be done. Okay, with your technology. And it's not what technology you choose, it's choosing a piece of technology and learning everything it can do, but also everything that it cannot do is also really important. Now, over the years, I have built funnels and emails in literally nearly every piece of software that you can think of. what I've realized is when I first started, I was in MailChimp. Now, there's nothing wrong with MailChimp when you're starting out, but I want you to maybe think about the future. Are you in this for the long game? Right? Is this something you want to do for years to come? If you start in MailChimp and then and then you outgrow it, then you've got to learn new software and move to something like ActiveCampaign. And then what happens? You outgrow it, right? So there are a couple of pieces of software that I know you will not outgrow. And can I be totally honest? It's like $10 a day to run your business with the right software. That will allow you to grow and scale from, less than 5-figure months to 6-figure months and beyond. That way you can build it once and be done. So I am a partner for Keep, okay? And I love Keep because when you set up your automation, because I'm a designer, I can visually see the path, right? There are a lot of other automations where you put emails in and you create tags and triggers, and then you've got to remember where everything goes, right? You've got to, because it's just very linear. Where Keep allows you to actually physically see the person moves up here, they go through a decision, and then they shoot off in 2 directions, and I can visually see them stepping through my automation. Where something like MailChimp or Lead Pages, those things are very linear. They're very straight, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Salesforce, HubSpot, these are bigger campaigns. HubSpot's quite expensive, Keep's very user-friendly. Their main ICA, their ideal client avatar, is a solo entrepreneur. So, and I could go on and on, but your tagging is your automation. How you tag is how, and automation is like your Maserati, right? Your Lamborghini. It's the car of all cars, right? When it's done well. But imagine your automation is a Lamborghini that turns up in your driveway in parts with no instructions, and you've got to build it. This is the thing with automation, right?
Yeah.
There are many ways you can automate. There are many ways in which you can build it, but you need rules, right? And that's why we have rules around our tagging. We only use 5 major tags, but every tag has a rule. And when you know the rules, it makes your building so much easier.
Yeah, and this is something that we're going to see a demo of on Friday on BuildingBlocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
sure.
we're
Let
gonna
me teach
see
you some
this.
tagging rules. Let's do it.
Yes. So let's make sure that you tune in on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on BuildingBlocks. Now
Yeah, which is 11:30 at night for me, so I'll be crossing over into the new day with you.
Listen.
That's it.
Aw,
Have your
you're
coffee,
awesome.
your water ready.
No coffee because she has to sleep afterwards. Like she's gonna have her.
Oh,
work.
no, I can have this before bed, baby. I can have
That's
this before
it.
bed.
That's
It's so
it.
good.
We have another question from Shay. Shay's asking, how quickly do you send these out? I have to be honest, I probably would stop looking at the emails and text messages.
So the 9-step email only happens over 9 days and then it goes away, right? We're not going to hammer them for ages over it. So we just do it daily over 9 days. That's it. And, if they want to opt out, they can. If they want to stop it, they can. We also give what we call a soft opt-out in our emails. So they're not unsubscribing from the entire email. They're just unsubscribing from that promotion. So you can put that at the bottom of all your emails. You can say, if you no longer want to receive information about this booking or freebie or training, click here. It will not unsubscribe you from our list, but you'll get no more emails about this piece of information. So that allows you to not get opt-outs, but give people a choice whether or not they're interested in that thing now or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm curious about your success rate with the phone calls. How has that been? And how long have you been doing the phone calls?
It varies whether we're running that campaign or not. So a lot of the phone calls that and every customer is different as well. Like we had one client who was so prepared. She's like, I'm going to make all the phone calls, right? And she's prepared to leave all voicemails. And the next thing she makes 9 calls and everybody picks up, right? So it does vary, but we generally 1 to 2 calls. So about 10 between 10 to 20% pickup rate is usually what we're looking for.
Okay.
So usually in every sort of 10 calls, we'll get 1 to 2 people actually pick up. And from that, we're hoping that one of those will convert to a sales call.
That's great.
That's great.
Yeah, that is great.
That 2 people actually answer the phone.
For
That's
sure.
good.
And
That's
you know,
actually good.
and I like. I'm just gonna tell you, automation. I finally found a CRM that I enjoyed. I was using a couple, but I wasn't really. I'm visual like you, and I like see pretty things. So I finally found an app that was super pretty, awesome, and is functional as well. And now they have a contact form. The contact form where my customers, prospects, fill out the form. It comes directly to the CRM. Their information is already inputted there before I had to put the information in. Now it's just going straight, and then they're adding their phone numbers. And when they add their phone number, they have to. It's a required field for the phone number, right? So I call them right away. As soon as I get that call, if I can, I will call them right away. I don't wait because they want to. They gave me their number. They filled out the form. They took that time to fill out that form. So I'm going to give them a call right away. And they're hot. They're ready. They submitted it. So I'm calling and they're there, right? Because they're still there with the like, oh, I just filled out this form. And typically they go, oh my gosh, thank you so much for calling so quickly. And I want to say this is booking rate is pretty high for me when I call right away like that. So
Right away.
automation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the phone call is the thing.
Especially like when you're sort of starting up and you're doing all the calls, you're like, I've got to do it, right? I need the money. So you're definitely making the calls. Now, my outbounds are done by a team. So, sometimes when they're coming in, the team's sleeping. So we just have KPIs they have to hit. So they have to call within 24 hours or the next business day, because I don't need my team, working through the weekend. I want them to rest. Not that stops them. They still work through the weekend because they love being on Team Sparkle. But yeah, generally we just set a KPI for the team of within 24 hours or next business day. But again, that email, when that phone number comes in, it sets up a task that says call this person, right? And what they opted in for. So all we have to do is log in to the CRM, look at the dashboard, and we can see our daily to-do tasks every day. And the automation takes care of that for us. Yeah.
Yes. So Michelle has a comment, I believe. Okay.
I used to use Infusionsoft a while back. Now I'm with Kajabi. I never used Infusionsoft to its fullness potential. I wish I had it now.
So you're talking my language, baby. So I use both. Okay, I use both Kajabi and Keep, which was called Infusionsoft. So think about if you go to a GP, a doctor, right? They're a master at everything, but really, no, not a master at everything. They know a lot of stuff, but they're a master at nothing. The same with your software. When a piece of software says that it can do everything, it's just really good marketing. Okay, they might be able to do everything, but they can't do everything well. Okay,
Right.
So the way I see Kajabi, it's the front end user experience. Okay, it is where your clients. Do you want me to draw you another picture? I can draw pictures. Good.
Draw another picture.
All right, let's do it. All right, I can do the whole Kajabi thing. All right, so at the front here, you have Kajabi. Okay, so Kajabi to me is like your shop front. So if you think about your business as a bricks and mortar business, okay? And what Kajabi's really good at is the user experience, the stuff on the front that they see. So we build our landing pages in Kajabi, and let's just picture them like little billboards out the front of our shop. Okay, the reason why I love to build a landing page in Kajabi is this page load speed is really great. Plus, the designing process is very fast, okay, because that's what they're good at. Now, to get into our shop, what do they have to do? They enter the door and they give us their email address, right? So they give us their email address and then they get to come into the shop, and this is like your website and landing pages. There's more information for them to test and try around inside the shop. Then if they decide to buy, Kajabi has the checkout, which can process your payment through Stripe or PayPal. And then when they buy, we send them out to where all the cool kids are hanging out in the classrooms, right? These are your products. So over here, you might have an ebook. Here, you might have a community. Here, you might have your online course. Here, you might have like a little mini course, right? Or a little challenge that you send people to. So all the cool kids are having canapes and chatting and having a few wines, and they're being quite social inside of Kajabi. Now, Kajabi can send emails. Kajabi doesn't have a great way of tracking everything the customer does. You can add notes to the file, but I mean, there's a lot of other things you cannot do with the CRM. It's really great there. Now, as a designer, like I'm going to just, talk to my designer friend right now. You've got Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, okay? They all can do all the things, but they're all designed for one specific purpose, right? InDesign's for publishing, Illustrator's for graphics, Photoshop's for photo editing. But they can still do all the other things, vector files and stuff. No. So designers out there will understand if you use the software the right way, you use it to its best capability and then you find the gaps, right? Where do you need to go? So then down here, we have your CRM, which to me is Keep, okay? Keep is what you would call your back office, okay? So if you make a sale, it sends the information back here. If they opt in, it sends the info here. If they're in the course, it sends the info here. We track the customers. This is your back office. It's where all the in trays are and the messy the messy stuff that is in your office. You know what the office looks like with your folders and your trays and your tasks lists and your to-do lists and all the things, okay? Kajabi cannot manage that well. You will outgrow it, okay? So having the two pieces of software allows you to build it once and be done. So the other thing is this little dude, his name is Zapier. I call him the dude with the little post-it note who runs from here back here, right? Here's another piece of software that tells the CRM what the customer's doing, how they're interacting. They've played with this little thing over here in the corner, so it sends all of that information there. Now, again, Keep has a calendar booking piece of software in it, but there are gaps in that software that will actually make you lose leads because not only do I know its capabilities, I also know its limitations. So you also want to have one other piece of software for booking your calendar. So we use Schedule Once. I used to use Acuity, but I outgrew it, right? I have a sales team now and Acuity doesn't handle sales teams well. And our rule is build it once and be done. And it actually worked out to be cheaper, but we use Schedule Once. And then again, if the people book, it sends the information over here and little Zapier with the post-it note runs and goes, yay, we got one, yay! He sends it into Keep, right? So that's how you use the three pieces of software well, okay? And they all work together beautifully. They are a specialist in their area of expertise. There you go.
That is awesome. So
Pretty
then,
pictures.
okay, oh my gosh, so many questions and it's already 8:05. We can talk about this for ages, just like you mentioned.
I told you.
Right? It's a good thing that you're going to be back on Friday at 10 a.m. of Building Blocks.
Yeah.
But so Zapier, right, brings everything together into Keep. So whenever you're going to go
Correct.
into, you're searching for a client and you want to see their journey, where they're at, you will have all of that in Keep.
Correct. You will look at
Okay.
their tags in Keep, and based on the rule of the tag, you will know what actions they've taken or not taken.
Got it. Okay. Build it once and forget it. Right? So I mean, like, for how long would you think? So for those who are ready, right? Because you have to start. And like you're saying, you outgrew. So then you went and you outgrew. So somebody will start where? For example, like, okay, first step, as you mentioned, is going to be the email list. Out of
Correct.
those
Yeah.
pieces of software, where are they starting? For example, the first,
So,
if they were going
yeah.
to.
if you're a content creator, definitely Kajabi is your place to start, right? For me personally, because you can house your course, you can grow your email list, you can start building basic automation, but it's the user experience. So you're building your shop front. Okay, that's where I would start.
Okay.
But as soon as you can, like, invest in software, a good CRM that's going to manage your business. I actually call my CRM my staff in a box. It's 4 full-time staff at a fraction of the price. Definitely a fraction of the price. I think in America it's like just over $100 a month. And when you add up all the 3 pieces of software that I spoke about, it's less than $10 a day. I mean, what business out there can you really build and start growing for $10 a day? I mean, it's really, if you're worried about spending $10 a day on your business, then it's probably a hobby. Right? It's not a business.
Yeah. So this 4 pieces of software that you mentioned to run your business runs you at $100 a month. Is that what you said?
About between $300 to $400 a month. Yeah, it just depends on how many emails you've got.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
and
that
what level subscription you want.
Absolutely.
And it's going to do all of this, and it, for your business. I mean. Yes. Okay.
You can't even rent a shop for $400 a month.
Exactly.
Right? It's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go over that store, right? We're gonna go over how, like, the back end of things, and then also, Sally, you mentioned that. Let's turn it back to you, awesome audience. What do you use right now for your email? Capture. Right? What are you using right now? Because then we're going to target that for Friday. So we're going to start with something that you already know and how to make it better. Just like Sally says, right? You get what you have, make it better. Don't recreate it until you're growing out of it. So let's see. What are you using right now? You're using, what is it?
We are using MailerLite.
Okay.
Well, we need to talk.
Okay.
Because so we're using for BuildingBlocks MailerLite.
You are going to outgrow it. You're amazing, guys. You're going to grow. Your business is growing and scaling. You will outgrow MailerLite.
For the photography and video business, I'm using MailChimp right now. And then we're going to talk again also because I know. I mean, I'm already there. They're like, hey, you can now build something else because I'm like, what? And I'm like, you have to upgrade to the next one. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Sally is in the building.
Oh, yay. Adrenogen's in the house.
Yes, Adrenogen.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. And I know Mar's out watching. Joyce, there's quite a few team members watching today.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
We have Flowdesk.
From Angela. Angela says she's using Flowdesk. And Michelle is using Kajabi.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. What else? Okay. So, and then a Kajabi is just the front end. So, but you said that it also collects email.
It still can do your emails. It's just, it gets a little tricky when, you can't see the next step. You've got to remember where you've sent the next step, right? That's the difference between having like a good automation system or something quite linear. So you might send an email and you've got a couple of actions off the back end of that email, like opt out, opt in, there's a few different things and you don't know, remember, where was that other email that it went to? And you've got to go and try and find it, right? Or where was that other landing page that it was supposed to get sent to? And you've got to try and hunt it down. Where in, a CRM where you can see the linear line, you can go, there's the email. And so with the major CRM, what you have is what's called goals, right? Little round circle, goals. That's the action a human takes. Okay. And then you've got these long rectangles and that's what your automation lives inside of. So within the automation, we're trying to elicit an action of some sort. And if they take that action, the goal pulls them out of that one and then puts them into the next one. So it could be opting in, booking an appointment, even unsubscribing, right? So it's an action the human takes with the automation in the middle. I don't want to overwhelm you. Remember, guys, I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah,
This is why people pay me to do what I do because it's what I do all day, every day.
Yeah.
And the thing is what we do is we just push this to your accounts, right? Kajabi stuff, Keep stuff. we've already built all of this. So when people work with us, we just push it to their account and we just say, go in and tweak the text. Because at the end of the day, you're really good at the thing you're really good at. Mm-hmm. You don't need to, I always say, earn while you learn. You do not need to know every single thing now. You've got to trust the process if you work with an automation expert, that they know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
And then if you work with a really good automation expert, they will teach you as you go, but that shouldn't stop you from getting your automation built because it's going to save you time. And like I usually find around the 4 to 6 month mark of working with clients. So we work with clients mostly a minimum of 12 months. Some have signed up for 3+ years with us, but within that 4 to 6 month, all of a sudden light bulbs start going off. I mean, any sparklers out there on the live stream, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I see how it goes together. Oh, I understand the tagging system. But at the beginning, you don't need to know, right? You're busy taking calls, doing your follow-ups, and then you're just coming in and learning while the automation is taking care of business. So because, you know, at the end of the day, you want to learn as much as you need to know until you're making enough money to hire somebody else to do it for you.
Right.
Like hire yourself out of the stuff you don't want to do.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I love this. Any questions for Sally? I know this is a lot of information, but this is something where you're here now and where you could take it. Right? This is where you could go. So it's not something that you have to implement right away. As Sally mentioned, she's been doing this for years. This is what she does. And this is, she's here to let us know what we could do to free up more time. Because that's what automation does. So automation just frees up time for us. I mean, like, yes. Right?
There's only so many hours in the day and there's only one of us. So
You know?
if we can make our staff in a box take care of business for us, right?
Stuff
It's
in a
so
box.
worth it.
It's stuff in a box.
Love it.
So Michelle mentioned that she was using Active Campaign before, but then she moved to Kajabi. Yeah, a lot of creators, just like you mentioned, are using Kajabi. So I guess that's why.
Yeah. Kajabi's awesome. And, you know, what I love about Kajabi, there are lots of, you know, course creation softwares that are coming out every, you know, especially since COVID, right? People are launching new software. Kajabi's been around for a while, same as Keep, right? I don't want to go into new software that's still in beta and testing and waste my time and it might go away. Where, you know, Kajabi, like Ecamm, right? They're always investing time in making their program better at the thing that they're really good at. Right? So Kajabi definitely spends a lot of time making the front end user experience better. The back end could definitely do with work, but it's the front end user experience that is, you know, the power behind Kajabi.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, Sally, you're going to join us for a trivia game because we're over here over time talking talking great things, right? So, we're going to do a trivia and then remember to click the notification on the YouTube channel for Building Blocks on Friday, where Sally's actually going to go hands-on on how she does everything that she just talked about today.
Absolutely.
That will make more sense then because we will see the behind the scenes of Sally.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm so excited to build stuff. We love it.
Yes. Now, speaking of building, so last week, Friday, we created this new show, creating games inside of Ecamm, and we created this new game show called Trick or Treat. So we're going to put up 2 things about Sally, and you have to spot which one is the trick. So the correct answer is the trick. So if you want to get this correct, you have to spell out which one is the trick, right? We're going to have about 30 seconds on the clock.
And
to
this
get
is
it
for
correctly.
Ecamm merch.
And the winner will get a $25 Ecamm merch gift card. So
Oh, that sounds fun. I've had my eye on that little, the pouch that holds all the little pieces, right? All your cables and stuff.
Yes, that's all in the merch store.
Yes. So
Okay.
let's jump right on in. Truth or trick? So spot the trick for a chance to win a $25 Ecamm merch gift card. So here we go. Sally was the second largest chocolate mold supplier on eBay, or is one of the only 200 Canva certified creatives in the world. 30 seconds,
30 seconds
on the clock.
Let's see.
Spot the trick.
Right, we have there Miss Spark herself doing some sparkly things. No pressure to keep it up.
15 seconds. All right, I feel like I need to be standing now.
And you're awesome. Everything in the back matches. Even your emoji.
That's P1 and P2. And they're busy getting shit done.
I love it.
All right.
Okay, so time is up.
Time is up. And let's just bring some of this music down a little bit. Right? So which one is truth? Which one is trick? And without further ado, here it is. Sally was the second largest chocolate mold supplier on eBay, and she's not one of the only 200 Canva certified creators in the world. She's one of only 100 Canva certified creative CCCs in the world. And yes.
Yeah.
And
no. Chocolate
have a
molds,
winner.
oh my goodness, that brings back really horrific memories. This is why I don't like to mail things anymore. I used to spend all day packaging chocolate molds, and I can tell you, you have to spend you've got to sell so many chocolate molds to make $1, because you sell a mold for $1 or buy it for $1 and you sell it for $2.50. So you've got to sell a lot of chocolate molds, and so I spent days packing. So now I have a mail fairy who actually comes in and sends gifts. I love to give stuff away, but I hate the mail.
Yep. Okay, so who is the winner?
wow, so
Okay.
no, hold on, because look.
What?
No, so chocolate was not the trick.
Oh, chocolate was not a trick.
Canva was the trick. And we have a few people saying that. I think they were saying Canva is the correct answer and chocolate was the trick, right? Because,
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I suggested that we do true or false. Because tricky
Yes.
is
No,
not
no, no.
tricky. I mean,
Yeah.
tricky can be tricky. So I'm like, listen.
right. So, it seems like we
When
don't
you
have a
confuse, you
winner.
lose.
Exactly.
We don't have a winner.
We don't have a winner. Okay. So we already know the answer. Right? So, Sally, come up with top of your head, right? A question for them to answer. Right?
Okay.
Let's
like
see.
a true or false
Yes, true or false.
question. I have adult children, or true or false?
Adult children. So 14 and up.
No,
What's adult
18
for
and
you
up.
over there? 18? Okay.
18.
Got it. Okay.
18 is an adult.
True or false? Sally has adult children, 18 and up.
18 and up. Okay, here we go.
We have an internal 30 seconds on the clock.
Because when you go to hotels, right, or Airbnb, they're like, oh, adults 14 and up are adults. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, they're still children. But yeah, okay.
I know, right? It's only because they want the money.
Right?
I get it as a business owner, right? Anything you can do. But on
They
the
answered
road, right?
quickly.
They cannot vote until they're 18 here in Australia, and they
Yeah.
cannot drive they can't drive alone until they're 18. I think over there it's
Yeah,
younger,
the same
right?
thing here. The same thing is here,
Yeah.
18. Yeah, 16 with
Oh, okay.
till
With a
9
parent
o'clock or
or
something
adult?
like that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
time is up.
Yep.
Okay, time
So
is up.
what's the answer?
Look, so I'm loving all of these people that say false because it means that I look young.
You do. Let me put you on full screen so that you can give the answer.
I do have an adult child. She literally became an adult this month. And yeah, so I've been going through all the feels of what it is like to have a person that I have raised is now an adult. So all these feels have been coming up. Yeah, so it's been a big month. My husband and I have been married for 20 years this month. My mum turned 70 and my daughter turned 18. So it's been a big month of celebrating.
Look at that. All of that. Well, good for you. And you're still over here looking all pretty and the sparkly hair and the hair all done.
I'm just liking all those people that said false. It means that I must look young.
So, Joanne, congratulations. You are the winner. You've won a $25.
Hey, she's a sparkler too.
There you go. Ecamm merch gift card. Send an email to marketing@ecamm.com.
She had an insight.
marketing@ecamm.com to claim your $25 Ecamm merch gift card. Congratulations, Joanne.
Okay.
And you know, we're going to get this game correct. So that for those of you that are still here, just know that when this comes up, you have to select which one is the incorrect answer. Can you spot the trick? Which one is the trick?
Help me out here. Can we just do true or false?
No, it's not.
True or false?
It's not a true or false. It's truth or trick.
Oh, Jesus Lord.
So
Okay.
which one is trick? So just replace the word false with trick. All right, it's true or trick. Congratulations, Joanne.
Next week we will have true or false on the internet.
No, we won't.
Oh dear, I'm sure this is going to be after hours conversations between the two of you, right?
Joanne, send an email to marketing@ecamm.com. Please just say that you won Ecamm merch. And Sally, I know you were going to come back on Friday and talk more
excited
about it. But until then, is there anything that you will suggest us looking at to get us ready for Friday if we wanted to follow up with you? Or
Yeah. So if you do want to play, I never actually thought about it. Because we're building stuff, right?
We are.
So if you want to play in the software that I will show you, like I'll talk you through it and you can go and recreate it. But if you want to play in the software, I can organize like trials and stuff for people.
Let's
if
do
they want
it.
to have a play and like click along, okay? I am an affiliate, I am a partner, right? You do the right thing. But I can, definitely organize some trials for people if they want to get in and have a play around. And you know what I can even do is I can even push across an automation for anyone who wants to give it a crack too. I've got so many ideas.
Okay. So you're the queen of automation. How would we do this for everyone who's here and is interested in playing along? For those of you who do not have Kajabi, were you using Kajabi and Keep, or what would you be using?
Kajabi and Keep. Yeah,
Keep.
Look, let's do Kajabi and Keep. Shoot us an email at hello@teamsparkle.com.au and we'll have a chat, right? Because I want to make sure that we give you the right stuff. So just, shoot us an email, or you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, either or. My team man all of the places. And yes, thank you very much. And we'll jump on a call just really quickly just to work out and share with you, what happens and all the things. But I'm happy to, see what I can work out.
or you can just come over and just learn the process and then decide whether or not later you will like to do something else, all right? But it's going to be fun because it is hands-on. All right, it's going to be hands-on. Yeah. So, yes, everybody, thank you so much for being here with us. Sally, you were incredible. Thank you for everything. I love how enthusiastic she is about what she teaches, don't you?
Absolutely.
Right? It's just like,
there's nothing overwhelming about it. It's all intrigue, and you just consume and soak it up and just tell me more. Right. So it's that type of style.
You got to love what you do. Seriously, business should be fun. If you don't love it, then you're doing the wrong thing, right? I mean, you're not going to love it all the time, but you should be excited about what you do.
For sure.
I mean, I dream about tags and squiggly lines, right?
I mean, I think I believe you. I believe you. So everyone, thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much. As always, everyone, we will see you on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for spending time with us. My name is Anna He.
And I'm Fuljens Henry.
And you're watching Ecamm Network News. Have an amazing night.
Bye.